What's going on, traders? This is Andrew O'Connell with Pristine Capital coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is April 26th, 2021. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content, and I will continue to make it for you. Today we're going to talk about the price action in the indices. We'll go under the hood and check out our sectors and style factors like we always do. We'll talk about some of my trades for the day, and we'll wrap up with some options order flow. Before we jump in, quick risk disclaimer, as always, nothing in this video should be construed as advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan. And last but certainly not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades. All right, let's jump in and let's get into it. So if we take a look here, let's go to our box scores for the day. We had the S&P 500 as measured by the SPY ETF up 0.21% today. We had the NASDAQ QQQ up 0.65%. We had the IWM small caps, our big winner for the day, up 1.04%. And we had the Dow Jones down 0.16%. So you can see here for the S&P 500, this is a pretty fantastic looking setup. Where we had this really nice run higher. Now we've consolidated in time for about a week. That 20-day simple moving average has caught up to price a little bit. And now we traded inside of the wick from Friday's candle. And you can see it looks like we are trying to grind higher. One thing to note, we weren't able to take out the prior high from yesterday, but that is okay. I'm going to give this tape the benefit of the doubt. Let's pull up, if we go to our hourly chart very quickly here, you can see we are trading above this new weekly value area. So we're looking good for the S&P 500. Let's pull up our NASDAQ, and you can see here, this week is, I was talking with my members about this. It's very catalyst rich, meaning like today we had Tesla earnings. We actually traded an iron condor on Tesla, and we were pretty much betting on a non-move. We'll see how that works out. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But tomorrow we have, I wrote these all down. I printed off my sheet here. We have Microsoft, Pinterest, and Alphabet reporting tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be huge. If we look at this NQ, you can see here, very similar setup, trading within that wick. For the NQ, we were actually able to extend beyond Friday's high. So looking very strong in the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ's really going to be impacted by those FANG earnings tomorrow. And then let's pull up the small caps. I'm actually long calls on the small caps right now. This is our Russell 2000. You can see here that we are trading right up against that monthly value area. We've pretty much been stuck in this monthly value area for the better part of April. Looked like we were going to slip into the abyss. I was actually short here and covered my short. And then I started trading this thing to the long side once I realized, hey, this thing is not really going down without a fight. So yeah, small caps looking pretty solid here, looking for that break higher. And then the Dow Jones was the laggard today. And, not too sure, but we did get some weaker than expected economic data this morning. I believe it was durable goods that came in a little bit soft. And that's going to impact a lot of these Dow Jones companies. But you can see here, not really a huge weakness, only down 0.15%, and we are still consolidating within a tight range for the Dow. Let's pull up now our market breadth. So you can see here, for the S&P 500, we didn't have amazing breadth today, and this really fluctuated throughout the day, and we actually had better breadth in the morning. But you can see, we were positive in terms of advancers versus decliners. We were also positive for the NASDAQ. These small caps by far look the best in terms of breadth. And then, of course, the Dow Jones being negative had negative breadth. Now, if we pull up our FinViz heat map, this is of the S&P 500 specifically. You can see we had some strong price action in Amazon. Tesla as well had a pretty nice day. But you can see here, there were some considerable pockets of weakness. So like we just saw, it was pretty much split down the middle, 50-50, with a few more advancers than decliners. You can see the semis had a great day today. Then the consumer defensives really struggled today. They had been on a really nice run in healthcare as well. If we dive in even deeper to our sectors, now the number one sector in terms of momentum is solar energy. So we have the TAN ETF up 1.03%. Other top areas are the medical devices and the home builders. In terms of our top performers for today, the ARK funds did very well. So you can see ARKG up over 3%. You can see biotech as well, up 3.47%. And our blockchain ETF, which I actually put on a call spread on this one. That was the first trade that I put on. Now, if we go to our style factors here, you can see our best performing style factor for the day, up 1%, was the high beta style factor ETF. And then if you look at our laggards were defensives and Minvol. So that's very risk on when you see those lagging. So that's a good thing. And if we take a look at some of my trades for today, and then we'll talk about, the FANG earnings, all that good stuff. I think I'm making good time on this video today, which is pretty cool. So let's see. Yeah, because ideally, I think in a perfect state, this video would be maybe like 12 to 15 minutes, maybe even tighter than that. Let's see if I can do that today. So for today, I'll go into these options trades really quick. I entered a BLOK May 21st, 52 by 55 call spread. I snagged this thing for $1.16. So let's pull this up. BLOK. So everyone this weekend was like, oh my gosh, cryptocurrency is so done. It's slipping into the abyss. It's over. I actually had a conversation with my brother who's like a huge cryptocurrency buff. He's been in Bitcoin since like 2013, like just absolutely demolished it. Yeah, and he was talking to me a lot more about like the technical factors and like how the blockchain works and all this stuff. And he was like, bro, chill. This isn't over. So I'd been getting pretty big in Ethereum. That's my second largest position right now. I have that Ethereum trust. And sure enough, we got this like capitulatory low here. And Ethereum rallied over the weekend. I believe Bitcoin did as well. So this was the first thing I wanted to do. I was like, let me go a month out. I'll give it a little bit of time, but I'm just going to do, a little call spread here. It's not like I'm looking for like, oh my gosh, BLOK, I want it to go to like 66. My call spread is 52 by 55. So it's just playing for a move up to that point of control. Nothing crazy. It's essentially a play that blockchain just kind of holds up. So yeah, that one looking good. Some other trades. I got stopped out of my Applied Materials puts. This was one where Applied Materials was having some issues breaking through resistance on Friday. So I was like, maybe there will be some follow through weakness. But that wasn't the case. So we ended up having a green candle here. As soon as I saw this developing, I was like, you know what? I am wrong on these puts. So I stopped out of them, which is okay. Next here we have... So I stopped out of Applied Materials. I entered, and this was a name from our weekend watch list that I provide for all Pristine Capital members. EEM, the Emerging Markets ETF. I entered some June 18th, 54 strike calls for $1.80. And EEM, I definitely like this setup here. Let's pull this up. So EEM, emerging markets have really been in the doldrums. And you can see here they hit this capitulatory low. Then they grinded a little bit higher, and they've really just been chopping sideways here. And now this, we got our breakout from this monthly value area. Sometimes when we get these breakouts, they end up just being false breakouts where they immediately just fall right under. So today we actually got, a nice consolidation there. We held that price level. So I entered those calls, and I'm looking for this 55 level as potentially my target. So we will see. Let me go through some of these others very quickly so I make good time. Apple tried to run into earnings play, closed it out for $8.30. I paid $8.25, so essentially scratched it, made 5 cents. I tried day trading CRM. I bought some May 15th calls, was able to take like a 10-cent target and then scratch the rest. So made 10 cents, but nothing crazy off that day trade. So that was CRM. And then towards the close, I put on a Tesla Iron Condor for the earnings, essentially saying like, hey, I'm betting on a non-movement into the earnings. So I sold a put spread, the 707 spot 5 by 697 spot 5 for April 30th. And then I sold a call spread as well, the 795 by 805. I was able to receive a credit of $5.02. So let's see here. Tesla. I actually want to see what it's doing after hours. So they reported earnings. I believe they beat estimates. So they did okay. And let's see. So you can see the reaction is a little bit negative. One thing that I pointed out is you can go on this website. It's called MaximumPain.com. I forget if it's .com or .net. I believe it's .com. And you can see where all the options positioning is for different stocks. And so like for Tesla, for instance, the maximum pain level for April 30th is 725. So right now we're trading like right around 725. So we'll see, for the Iron Condor, we'll see if it works out. But yeah, looking good so far. So I traded the Iron Condor. And then for some stock trading. So stock trading was pretty good today. So I got long VUZI, which is a company called Vuzix, for $24.56. Vuzix, their CEO, is presenting at a conference tomorrow. I believe it starts at 12. I'm actually going to be attending that virtually because I'm actually really interested in augmented reality glasses. Like look at me right now. Imagine if my glasses, they were connected to my iPhone, and so I could see, like if I want to check like stock quotes, I could literally see them in my glasses. How crazy would that be? I think it might ruin my life, but yeah, I really like these, at least this idea this company has. So yeah, VUZI, where is it? Entered this one and ended up going on a tear today. So yeah, you can see, really nice finish for VUZI. My initial target here is this $27 mark, but we'll see where it goes. So I haven't taken any targets in this yet, but yeah, liking this setup. So I took on VUZI. I trade VUZI quite frequently. I tried getting long some applied materials just in case, it followed through. I stopped out of that one. I entered at 137 spot 44. Ended up stopping out later in the day at 136 spot 88. So it took like a very tiny loss. I said, thought this one might follow through, but it did not. That's one thing I actually want to work on. As for me, like I'm always trying to get better as well. Sometimes I do this. I've noticed when I looked at my results, I actually want to eradicate this from my trading. But sometimes I will get the direction of a name wrong. Then I will try to take the other side and sort of mess it up both ways. And that's something I think I'll probably implement, just like a rule in my trading plan where, if you get something wrong, you have to wait like 3 days before you trade it or something like that. I also noticed conversely, like this is what happened with me with IWM. I'll be in something, and when I get the direction right, with IWM, I was short via puts, and I covered my puts and got long. And so far, knock on wood, I won on my puts, and I've also been winning on my calls. So I just noticed that where it's like, when I get the stock right, I can flip directions no problem. When I get the first move wrong, if I try to flip directions, almost always I lose that trade as well. So that's something I'm going to work on too. I exited some Costco common shares for $369.02. I had paid $350, spot 78 for those. So a nice winner in Costco that I decided to monetize. I took another target in Neo. I had paid $40.85 for Neo. Took a target at $42.93. And I put here still holding 60% of my original position. And Neo had a pretty nice day today. Neo reports earnings, I believe, in 2 trading days. Yeah, took a target in this one. We'll see if it can get over that point of control. That's why I just wanted to take a couple chips off just for prudence. Let's take a quick look at the options order flow. So you can see when we look at this options order flow, a lot of Tesla flow. So you can see here, yeah, one of our members really hit Tesla very nicely today. So you can see Tesla 1,500 strike calls. That is insane. So yeah, they went up with those for June. We'll have to see. I mean, the reaction after earnings is a bit muted. So we'll see what happens with those. And then this other company, MVIS. A lot of calls going up for this name. Same member hit this one very well also. So MVIS, let's pull up this chart here. And this is pretty much like relentless call buying here. You can see here. Yeah, ended up closing up 47.13% today. I don't really know what the story is for this name, to be honest. But yeah, this one, it's been on, an incredible run. You can see this thing is moving on volume. So really nice. Congrats to anybody that was in this one. This is fantastic. And then what else did we have? I see IPOE coming in. This is one of Chamath's SPACs. I remember I was long IPOE. And once it popped off the acquisition, thank God, I sold out of it. So I think I exited IPOE, like literally on this candle right here, or something like that. I forget. So I certainly didn't like catch it all the way to the top, but I also didn't, have like that anguish of riding it down as well. Yeah, IPOE, kind of interesting. Maybe this one is forming a bottom or, something of that nature. This one's pretty washed out. So yeah, I'll probably be watching IPOE moving forward just to see maybe there's like repeat call buyers. You never know. But that about does it for today's options order flow. That also does it for today's market recap video. If you're interested in joining the Pristine Capital trading community, feel free in my Twitter bio. You'll see a link to the website. Also, feel free to DM me, message me on Twitter. If you would like to try the group, that would be awesome. So yeah, definitely, feel free to reach out. So that about does it for this market recap video. Hope you all had an awesome trading day, and I will see you all tomorrow.